So I'm going to cleanse the space and the cards. And so in this reading, we will be looking at what are the benefits of staying, what are the benefits of leaving, what is blocking you from progress in the situation as it is, and what is supporting you in the situation, and also what is blocking you from leaving. Okay? All right. So this reading is for Virgo. This is for Virgo. Okay, and I respectfully request from Spirit a message for Virgo's greatest and highest and good at this time. This is for Virgo. Okay. In the bottom of the deck energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a brand new beginning in some tangible area of your life, okay? Planting a new seed to grow something new, something long-term. And it's new. It's a new beginning in some sort of long-term vision or goal that you have, okay? And so your present situation is the Eight of Wands. So a lot of communication right now, or perhaps you're wanting to have more communication over a particular thing. All right. Eight of Wands is movement. It can be travel, messages, a lot of messages coming your way. It's communication. And it can also be considered love arrows as well. So, take it as it resonates, but the Eight of Wands is in your current situation. What is preventing you from moving forward is the Two of Cups. So there's somebody here in this situation where you're like, no, I can't go. This person is here. Or I can't go because my partner doesn't want to go. One of those things. So, this very well could be like moving, like changing location or something like that. That's a possibility, but that's what's holding you where you are right now is your partner, you and your partner, the relationship, okay? Now, what is supporting you is strength. So, yeah, doesn't get any straightforward than that. That's what's supporting you right now is your own strength and the strength of anybody else around you. Could be the strength of the situation. Perhaps you have a very firm, stable, perhaps there's something stable about the situation that contributes to, the longevity of this relationship or the longevity of where you're at. Whatever it is that's supporting you is strength of the situation, your inner strength, the strength of your partner. The other aspect of strength is that it's also an integration, like you're taming your impulses. So that's really supporting you right now is that you're not, going off half-cocked in any way. You're integrating your higher mind and your base desires in formulating like a core sense of self, like a strong character, and also delivering a very grounded message, okay? And how you behave, how you communicate, just how you are and how you present as a person, okay? how you live your life. All right, so then what to expect if you stay? You could expect the Emperor. So the Emperor could be like a father figure, a guide. It can also be a boss of some kind, somebody who is in control. Um, you could expect, like what to expect if you stay. Perhaps you're the boss and you could expect to remain the boss. You could expect a need for boundaries and not just setting boundaries or setting goals, but fulfilling those goals and like holding those boundaries, right? The Emperor is an energy of like basically the big boss energy, like the guide, the father archetype. Setting the stage, setting the structure, being in charge. Okay, so that's what you can expect if you stay, is either you are in charge or somebody else is in charge. And we'll learn more as we clarify. Okay, now what are the benefits of staying? The Knight of Cups. You continue in this environment to get feelings of, or expressions of love, expressions, and that's right underneath the Two of Cups. So you continue to get expressions of loving kindness and romance and, somebody there that is very flirtatious and amorous and all of those lovely things. The Knight of Cups is coming in to give you their cup of love. Like they typically wear their heart on their sleeve. This could be you or your person, some sort of benefit that you get of being in the situation, in the place where you are. Either you get to continue to practice showing up as this Knight of Cups, or somebody else there in your space is your Knight of Cups. Okay. I'm inclined to think that it's, your person's connected with this Two of Cups energy right here. Now, what is blocking you from progress in this area? And that's the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups it speaks to a reunion. It speaks to friendship, to fun times, frivolity. Say if there's a lot of seriousness around you, it's kind of like cutting loose and forgetting about the responsibilities for a while and just going out and, having a few glasses of wine with your close friends. It's confidant energy. It's supportive, it's common, like your friendship group. Okay. So that's what's blocking you for progress in this area, is friends and friendship group. Okay. All right. So then what to expect if you leave? You would expect the Hermit energy, and that's you, Virgo. That's your major arcana. Okay. So if you were to leave, you could expect to be going inward, doing a lot of soul searching, meditation, taking time to yourself. You could expect, it's a possibility depending on what other cards are pulled here to clarify, maybe a little bit of a depression, but ultimately the Hermit is one going within and trusting one's own inner guru. Okay, so you would expect to be consulting your inner guru if you were to leave. A lot of soul searching. All right. Now, what are the benefits of leaving? The Star. So that looks to me like some sort of wish fulfillment, some sort of goal, or something that seemed so untenable before, but something that you've always wanted, but it also felt very out of reach. So, there's a lot of hope. If you were to leave, the benefit of leaving is that there'd be renewed hope. You'd be probably entering into a healing period, because the Hermit is also going inward to heal. Okay. And the Star, it also speaks to healing as well. So it looks like healing is attached to the departure, where whatever this is departing from. Okay, so I'll go on ahead and clarify the current situation. What is all this communication and movement about? What is all this communication and movement? Communication and movement. Perhaps you're trying to plan a trip. It can also be travel. Okay, traveling. Empress, Nine of Swords, and the Death. Okay. So, communication, I mean, if you look at this in a way of communication and what's being communicated and what's coming toward you, so what I'm getting from this is that you're carrying a lot of worry right now. There's worry, there's anxiety, there can be sleepless nights. The Nine of Swords is very, very much just almost perseverating on the current situation. And something has come to an end here. There's been some sort of irrevocable change with the Death card. And with the Empress being also a dominant energy here, there's something about that. It's like there's death and rebirth in the same area. And so I am wondering, and the other piece is that Empress energy does not chase, it attracts, it manifests, and it's very just scrumptious and abundant, and maybe not so like rule following, there's something very decadent about this kind of energy, right? So, but I really do see it as creativity, abundance, bringing something up and out, birthing something, whether that be a flesh baby or a new baby of some sort of creative means, right? A new idea, some sort of something that you're going to bring up and out and be presenting and showing to the world. And it's also going to be a reflection of you and what you've created, and like be a part of your life, So I would wonder if you are bringing something out and about, like I just described, and it's causing you worry because you've gotten a lot of communication about something that has led to a permanent, final, could be shocking end to something here. Okay. So you got some sort of communication came in that really shook you up. Two of Cups. What is preventing you from leaving? The Two of Cups. Ace of Swords, the Sun, and the Five of Wands. Okay, so the truth of the matter is that, and perhaps what's been illuminated here, is that within this context, within this relationship of the Two of Cups, there is something about it, of course, that makes you so happy. Like the Sun is the happiest card in the deck, okay? And the Sun is also there to illuminate things. And what we do have here is conflict, the Five of Wands. And this can be arguments over how to do a particular thing, a lot of varying viewpoints about how to do pretty much anything. Is because it's with wands, it's with action, like what action to take, okay? And it's like each person or each part has its own little agenda, or they can each have their own approach. You know, someone might want to try to come in and strong arm the situation, where somebody wants to be more nuanced and finessed and try to negotiate, you know, whatever, right? It's like there are different ways in which to do the thing. And so this can be conflict, since it is clarifying the Two of Cups. I would say that this shows up as conflict between you and your partner. It can also be conflict inside of yourself of kind of being pulled in many different directions on how to do something, right? The other piece is that there could be outside commentary with friends and family that, you know, there can be discussion or just a bunch of talking, and even people outside could be arguing amongst themselves about what is going on between you two. You know, that's a possibility here as well. And lastly, the Five of Wands can speak to competition. You know, is there some sort of competition? Are you and your partner competing, you know, on some level on what to do and how to do the thing? You know, so the truth of the matter here is that you do have conflict with your partner, but you also are very happy with your partner. Like, yeah, you're like, I'm not going anywhere. This is my partner, you know, despite these arguments and what have you. And it doesn't look like heavy duty, you know, it doesn't give me a feeling of like gnarly, like abusive or anything like that. So, but I don't know. You know, we'll definitely see. So the Strength, this is what is supporting you. Ten of Pentacles, that's stability, long-term committed partnership, having all the things, like basically having life like on lock. You got all the stuff. House, car, career, kids, maybe, partner, blah, blah, blah. Day in, day out life stuff. Bunch of stuff. Two of Swords, stalemate energy, and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a sense of independence and a sense of feeling good in your own skin. Okay? Now these cards are clarifying the Strength, which is what is supporting you. And so that to me says finding strength in your own selfhood, and finding strength in your foundation, like I'd mentioned earlier, your Ten of Pentacles, your home, your life, your stability. Two, feel as though you have ground to stand on when it comes to any kind of issue that is going to have the Two of Swords in the mix. The Two of Swords is, you know, indecision, stalemate energy, where there's no discussion being had about the thing, right? And I would imagine that the thing is also a part of what is here and what is also here, right? So So yeah, I mean, you're very strong in yourself, and you are able to step forward and fully claim your role as a sovereign citizen, even within the context of this relationship. Or, yeah, I mean, I'm going to say relationship because it's Two of Cups, but, and not only that, you are strong and in your own power because you are of this Ten of Pentacles as well. It's not like the Ten of Pentacles is here and you're just visiting. Like, these are your pentacles also. Okay? Okay. Now let's look at the Emperor. And the thing is, with the Nine of Pentacles energy, I just love that energy so much because sometimes it can stand for the single person, but ultimately it stands for somebody who feels fully embodied in their own skin and like is really present with themselves, is very well aware of all the hard work they've put in their life to get where they're at, and to celebrate and feel good, feel proud of themselves for what it is that they have built and that how they have co-created and created their life. It's very strong, independent energy, but this kind of energy is also exactly where one would want to be before they enter into a relationship with anybody else. It's like being in a really good spot with yourself, feeling good about yourself, feeling confident and not arrogant, not egotistical, but like confident. And I'm good. Okay, so what to expect if you stay? The Emperor. My hand is really bugging me. Ouch. The Lovers, the Two of Cups again, and the Moon. Oh my goodness. Wow. The Lovers and the Two of Cups. So what to expect if you stay is Emperor energy. Now remember what I said earlier about Emperor energy, that it can be controlling, it can go into this mode of wanting to be the boss. Well, I mean, the Emperor is like, an over, like the tone and tenor of when the Emperor is around is there's one boss, and that's the boss. The Emperor's the boss. And it's like, the way I'm seeing this, when it comes to what is supporting you in your strength, is there's Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and then the Two of Swords in between those things, that it looks to me like you're in a relationship where there's an imbalance in the power dynamic. I can't help it. This is what the cards say. And I'm only laughing. I won't even get into it. But needless to say, it's not about you guys or anything like that. But there's something here that is also unseen. And I really like how the Moon is here along with the Two of Swords. So this is unspoken, unexplicit. Right? It's one of those things where it's like we know what we know, even though we're not taking our blindfold off to see it, because if we were to take our blindfold off, then we would have to acknowledge it out loud. Okay? Because swords are ideas and communication. Now, the Two of Swords is really a stalemate energy, but it is also like a denial energy. It's like there's something that you know, but you're not looking at it, It's like, okay, kind of whistle past the graveyard type energy, And And then with the moon, so there's an issue that's not being addressed head on. And with the moon, it's like things are hidden. Feelings can be hidden. When it comes next to the Two of Cups and the Lovers, it's like, the way I read it is like, okay, well, here's this person, they're in charge, but yet this is a partnership. We have two partnership cards, and then the moon. And it's like, okay, is there an unspoken element here, an unacknowledged, like, undercover dynamic that this person is in charge, and that's just the way that it is. Okay? And it's like, or maybe that's right up there out front, and what is actually hidden is the desire for this person, you, Virgo, to not be under the thumb, right? It's like, you don't want a boss, you want a partner, right? Because these things, this 10 of Pentacles, it's just as much yours as it is theirs, okay? But I think that that's where it is. That now that I'm looking at this, that there's a lot of worry, despite being like basically the goddess of your domain with the Empress energy. You are afraid to communicate this stuff, hence the Two of Swords and the Moon, because you're afraid that it will kill the partnership. Or it will put an end to something, whatever end that is. Okay. Let's look at the Knight of Cups. What are the benefits of staying? King of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, so the benefits of staying is that there's like the Knight of Cups energy. So there's like this can be like teenage butterflies, in the tummy, like romantic feelings, love, like physical intimacy, stuff like that, right? And then what's clarifying that is you have the King of Wands, who is also a leadership archetype, okay? And also very attractive, okay? Commonly very handsome. And then the Knight of Swords, so that's somebody coming in to communicate very strongly, but yet there's a holding on. There's a continuing to try with the 10 of Wands, and it's hard. Yes, you get the lovies, you get the smooch, the smooches, and all the things, yay. And, you have your regular partnership here. And a lot of times couples, they will have issue regarding money. It's basically sex and money are the big ticket items in any kind of long-term partnership, of being a chronic issue, like a chronic problem of some kind, or a chronic source of contention, conflict. So the benefits of staying is that you get the smooches, and there's this hot husband or whatever partner, but it's like you want to communicate. Communication is difficult, because it's like, here's this person going in, like, hot around the collar, just like flying into battle, right? The Knight of Swords, flying in. And when I'm holding these like this, right? And so this energy is pretty much the opposite of this energy when it comes to communication. This person, which I feel like is you, I would imagine that you want to communicate very strongly in this way, but it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to be up against this energy of having to hold yourself back. Like, here's this person holding all these wands, and wands are also identity. So you could be at a spot in your life where you feel like you have to be all things to all people. And there's a lot of many different hats that you are. Like, these can signify roles that we play in our life. And now it's really hard to keep it all up all the time and to carry these wands and continue to try and to bear the burden and the blah, 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 you know? And it's just like, oh my gosh. And so it's like, I'm sure in the times when you're feeling super exhausted and heavy, burdened, or what have you, that it's like you get to a point and then you just kind of lash out, you know. There could be a lashing out, or maybe you've fantasized about lashing out towards this King of Wands here. Because look at the King of Wands. He's just like, I'm just looking hot over here. You know, it's like, yeah, this is the person who gets shit done. But, I mean, I don't know. They just kind of, they're like feeling good about just sitting pretty, like on their throne. Like, what are they doing? What have they done for you lately? Ooh, yeah. Such a goober. I can't help it. I can't help it. Okay. What is blocking you from progress in this area? 3 of Cups. Stop drinking with your girlfriends. Okay. 3 of Cups. What is blocking you here? Nine of Wands, the World, and Judgment. So, what's blocking you from progress in this situation? There is, like, the Nine of Wands is like feeling defeat. Well, no. It's someone who continues to see it through. Just like the 10 of Wands is like continuing to try, this person is right before the 10, right? And this person is very battle weary. And despite the fact that they've taken quite a beating, they continue. Like, they are going to continue because the 10 is here, right? The 10 is also at the very top of the suit and is by nature designed to come right back around with an Ace of Wands, which is like a new passion, a new beginning, okay, a new opportunity, a new inspiration. And the Nine of Wands, this person is like beat down, you know, they're beat down, but they're continuing to try. And the World, and then the Judgment. So this is about making a judgment call about whether or not to end a particular cycle. And given that that is clarifying the 3 of Cups, which is friendship, reunion, getting together for a couple of bevies, you know, I would wonder if what's difficult, because, and this is also a very guarded energy. So feeling defensive, feeling like you want to put your walls up. This kind of gets a bit more interesting as we go into it, because if you were to consider the Emperor energy and things being unseen, you know, this might not be true for all of you, but there could be some of you out there where the Emperor is wanting you to, what's blocking you from progress is your friendships. Are you not supposed to have friends? You know what I mean? Is somebody trying to get you to make a decision to cut friends out of your life, to end these certain friendships? Is that something? And you're like guarded about that because you don't, I mean, you doesn't look like you want to do that. But that's what it looks like to me as far as like the overarching. But either way, like the grander vision or the grander view, kind of, if we pan the camera back really well, when we look at judgment, it's like a fork in the road, you know. If there's a big life-changing decision, and it could also be the resurrection of something, bringing something back to life. And with the World, it's a closing of a cycle. So perhaps the closing of the cycle, you could look at that in any way that this energy so far is playing out. It could be, okay, since it's clarifying the Three of Cups, okay, no more hanging out with your friends, or get rid of these kinds of friends. Okay, make that judgment call and wrap that cycle with those people. Or it could be, you know, you wanting to end the cycle and you deciding that, you're going to make a judgment call where you're going to be friends with who you're going to be friends with. You know, you're going to have these confidants in your life. These are your Three of Cups people, you know. Or maybe it's a reunification with an old friend. And that's the judgment, you know. Like, I don't know, but that's what's blocking you from progress. So I wonder if there's conflict about that. Conflict about that, about your friendship groups, conflict about your independence within the context of the relationship, or even just as your own person, making your own decisions, making your own judgment calls. And with the Moon being here around the Emperor and the Two of Cups and the Lovers, I would wonder if other people outside of your relationship have any idea of how controlling your partner might be. That could be true for some of you. Okay. All right. So what to expect if you leave? And I'm not getting the sense that this is, I mean, I feel as though, given that the Two of Cups is here so many times, that this could possibly be workable, given good communication. Given very good communication to break this stalemate from this place, from this embodiment right here. That confident, clear, you know, also diplomatic, also loving, pentacles, nurturing, growth mindset. Okay. Because if you have this much anxiety about speaking up for yourself, that's definitely extra. That's definitely extra. And not to say, I mean, what I'll say instead is it's significant. It's very significant. It's not extra as in like, oh my God, you're so extra. It's more like, that's good information to, like, that's more information to pay attention to, if that is the case. Okay. So what to expect if you leave the Hermit? Soul searching, healing. The other thing is that maybe you continue to have arguments about your friend group, and now you're just like so beat down by it. Those are like the repeated like arguments and fights around it. And then maybe this world and judgment call is, should you stay or should you go? And if you go, then you'll be ending this, you'll be closing out the cycle of this relationship. That's something that could be very possible for some of you too. Okay, the Hermit. The Devil wanted to pop out. Four of Pentacles. Ouch. Five of Cups. Ten of Swords. Yeah. I mean, that's what you could expect to feel if you were to leave, is deep grief and a very painful ending. And you're like, no, I don't want to leave. And my Two of Cups is here. And then holding like the Four. So the Four of Pentacles really tells me that is sitting in between the Hermit and this pain and anguish and this ending. And I believe that this energy is where you're at right now. I'm holding on to this. I ain't going anywhere. I want to make this work. This could also be if you are of the camp of the group of people who are like, yeah, this is bad. Like, I can't even take a breath without this person knowing. It's uber controlling. I've tried. Nothing's working. I know that I really love this person, but I can't go on like this. It's not okay. I really want to get back to feeling good in my own skin, and I just can't even breathe here. What I could see you feeling in that situation being like, yes, I have decided to go, and what I can expect when I go is to have this Hermit energy, but also to hold and to have this pain and anguish from this ending, which was death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, this isn't just a sudden swift ending. This is like over and over time, right? Injury over time. Okay, battle weary, done, feeling done, grieving the loss of the relationship, grieving the fact that it never changed, grieving that it never like got better, and all of those things. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, you would also be in a spot of the Four of Pentacles because you would be protective of your resources, because chances are, if you would be leaving a long-term partnership, you want to hold on to what's yours in the financial sense. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean taking anybody to the cleaners if it's a situation like that, but it's you know what belongs to you, and you're not walking away empty-handed. This hurts like hell, but you're not going to shoot yourself in the foot and not, take what you need to survive with you. Okay? Okay, now, what are the benefits of leaving? The benefits of leaving. the star, which is healing, the devil, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. 3 major arcana. Bing, bang, boom. Dang. That you have all the holy rollers in one shebang. Oh my gosh. What? The High Priestess and the Hierophant. They're basically like the equivalent. But the Hierophant is like by the book, right? Like Spirit speaks through me, like the Pope kind of figure, right? And then the High Priestess is like, the wisdom is inside of you. And you gotta get in touch with that. And it's different for everybody. And then the devil be like, don't listen to them. don't listen to them. Okay, no, 4 major arcana. Four major arcana. Okay, so what to expect if you leave, or what are the benefits of leaving? That there would be a lot of hope and healing for your future. Okay, you'd get to start over, start anew, reach for the stars, try to get that thing that had always been out of reach. And maybe that thing that has always been out of reach for you is your sovereignty, your voice, your independence, your freedom to breathe, freedom to move out from under any kind of controlling influence. It could be that, like that extreme, or it could be a variation of that, or something totally different that I'm not seeing here, but that's what I'm seeing here. And with that, clarifying that, you have healing, codependency, any kind of, addiction to cycles, addiction to whatever kind of mode. We kind of get addicted to dynamics, whether we know it or not, whether we want to or not. And that takes work, right? It takes personal work to really see where we come to feel safe in a weird way, in that kind of dynamic, because it's like we know what to expect. So and it's like, the devil better than the devil you don't know, right? Even if it's funky and controlling, or, and you're really, really afraid to speak up on something, lest fear of like ending or killing something off suddenly. And so there's going to be healing of the toxic parts, toxic issues, by trusting your intuition and really delving deep into your own emotions and psyche. This is an invitation like I've never seen, swear, to heal and to do one's own work, because a Hierophant can also be considered like a therapist. A Hierophant is like a guide, a consult, someone who sits up on high and dispels the word of God to you. That is the archetype. And so when you have somebody in that position of power like that can be used in an oppressive fashion, or it can also be used in a very encouraging, empathic, building you up, supporting you kind of way. And people make meaning out of their lives. We all do, with regard to whatever it is that guides our moral compass, that is behind how is our moral compass created, right? And a lot of times it's from the Hierophant in our lives, and that is the teachings, the doctrine, what we were raised with, our ethics, our values, all of the things, okay? So it's like if you're going to look at this as like an actual physical person, it could be clergy, consult, counselor, therapist, whatever, right? Going within, getting in touch with your own moral compass and your intuition to heal from any kind of toxic dynamics that have been happening in your life. And I see like a kind of, this can be varying degrees because this is a general reading, but the message is, you know, some of you guys will definitely stay and try to work it out if it's like totally workable. Like if it's just a matter of communication. Others of you could very well be under a bit of a more stronger, controlling kind of dynamic where it's a lot less malleable. And so then, and you're at this spot where you're like, this isn't working and I can't. So that is a range. That is a range, but that is what is here in the tarot. Okay, but I will say this, I mean, from here to here, it's very sequential, like going inward, coming away, grieving the loss, and then just healing, you know, healing. Okay, Virgo, that's what I have for the tarot. At the bottom of the deck energy is Temperance. Temperance is an experience of going through it and basically being reforged, reforged in fire, coming out stronger, made out of the same stuff, but coming out stronger and with newfound purpose and strength and clarity and and just tougher, stronger. Ace of Pentacles was also a part of the overall energy. That's planting a new seed for your long-term stability and tangibles. Okay. Okay, lovies. I'm going to give you some oracle cards now, okay? Eagle, mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. I'm going to put that right over here, right over these guys, because that's the star and all of that spiritual energy. Right there, that's huge. That's huge. Okay. Showing vulnerability. Today I will disclose who I am to someone with whom I feel safe. I will risk being vulnerable, even though I've always held back from doing so. Spirit, help me show people who I really am and not who I think they want me to be. Yeah, I'll put that over the 9 of Pentacles there. Red clover, tranquility. Red clover helps support a sense of clarity, individuality, and self-awareness in the midst of our chaotic and often negative world. She is a calm and steady presence, helping you to remain balanced and to think and act from your center of truth, despite whatever may be taking place around you. Very nice. Okay, Virgo, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this helped. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Please let me know down below in the comment section if this spoke to you, anything you care to share. I'm always more than happy to read it and respond and like it and all the things. Okay? All right. Well, thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.